Welcome to chapter 1083. We saw some spicy stuff with the Revolutionary Army and a glimpse of what happened at the Reverie. But this cover page caught me off guard. Doflamingo helping someone? I think we only see him care for his family, who are loyal to him. So I guess he accepts this fallen chicken as part of his family. Maybe Doflamingo got cleansed by Suru and has become compassionate. Could be out of character, could be not, but an interesting cover page Oda chose. Sabo says that the Revolutionary Army accomplished their mission by doing three things. One of the objectives was to declare war by destroying the celestial dragon symbol. I wonder who in the Revolutionary Army did this, because it would parallel Enies Lobby and how Luffy told Usopp to shoot down the world government symbol. Also, the symbol we see here is a dragon claw, as they are slightly pointed outwards, which makes sense since they are called the Celestial Dragons. The next objective was to free Kuma, which they succeeded, but we saw him go back to the Red Line for some reason. Going back to the Enies Lobby parallel, the events that happened at Mary Joie is similar to rescuing Robin from the world government. We did see the slaves working at Mary Joie where the reverie was happening, and I was worried that the Revolutionary Army was only able to free Kuma and not the slaves, but that doesn't seem to be the case. The last objective was to destroy the land's food resources. Now that's a dub. Finally, we get to see the Revolutionary Army use their brains and use war tactics to cut off the Celestial Dragon's resources. On a side note, there's these weird characters at the bottom of the first panel. Like, is this Absalom? Or maybe it's Buggy? And what about this person? Is this Carrot? Nah, but this looks more like a bunny cape than a bunny person. Okay, back to it. Dragon triggered 12 rebellions, which 8 were successful, but 7 technically since Lucia vanished. These 7 nations have declared that they won't pay the celestial tribute or be exploited of resources. The Revolutionary Army even went so far as to attack government supply carriers from reaching Mary Joie. This is detrimental to the Celestial Dragons, whose food reserves just got destroyed by the Revolutionary Army. Maybe in the future we can see these garbage Celestial Dragons starving. I'm really proud of you, Revolutionary Army. Ivankov said that their impenetrable fortress was able to be sieged, and now they will experience the starvation and poverty of the people who think they are below them. I remember Ivankov talking about food with Sanji back when the Straw Hat crew got separated, and she would teach Sanji cooking techniques if he was able to beat some of her people. This makes me believe that Ivankov grew up in an impoverished nation and learned the importance of abundant food. But with all these dubs, Dragon points out the looming mobilization of the God Knights. We might get to see how powerful these God Knights are if they fought Dragon and the Revolutionary Army, who were able to keep up with 2 handicapped admirals. This panel of the God Knights has swirls at the top, making me think that they might have devil fruit powers, or maybe have some connection with the man marked by flames with the swirls and whirlpool connection. The main guy in the center seems to be a swordsman, and makes me think of Shanks with that cape. I've seen some memes from this chapter in the comments of Shanks' crew being the God Knights, but I think we really know who it's going to be. But you could make the argument for Shanks' crew being the God Knights, since that could explain the weird relationship between Shanks and the Gorosei, and how he wants to be the mediator of balance and peace. This might be why Garp hates Shanks too, since he hates the Celestial Dragons. But why would you need to steal the Gum Gum fruit from the world government beforehand, and why is he deemed a pirate? Maybe he became the God Knights later, but I don't know. Also, Shanks and his crew are busy right now with finding the One Piece, so I doubt it's him. This makes me think that these God Knights might be entirely new, which I'm all in for. We could have powers bestowed by Imu or the Gorosei, which we might not know anything about. They could be bounty hunters specifically recruited by the world government, or maybe something out of left field. I'm excited for these God Knights to make an appearance in the story. God Knight's first target would be Sabo, since he is the hero of the Revolutionary Army. Sabo mentions he doesn't like his Flame Emperor title, or should I say Frame Emperor, since the world government framed him as Cobra's murderer. Dragon knows that there are both good and bad rulers, and says King Cobra of Alabasta was in his league of his own at ruling his country. Although Sabo did not kill King Cobra and feels sad about his passing, he does not regret the ways things played out if it helps him fuel the flames of the rebellion. Living up to your Flame Emperor name, huh, Sabo? The news shows Sabo in front of a dead Cobra. I can see why Dragon and Ivankov might doubt Sabo if he was really the murderer or not. Dragon and Ivankov want to know what happened at the Reverie, and we get a flashback to the Reverie, which was over a month ago. This also gives us a time frame of how long the Celestials have been starved of food. Maybe when we see Kuma at Mary Joie in the current time, we can see the Celestial Dragons malnourished. We can see the 4 captains attacking Mary Joie with the Celestials running and panicking. They make snarky remarks of the vermins attacking them. We also get to see the Revolutionary Army saving these slaves in action and telling them to escape to the east. I like how Oda put in this scene of these slaves escaping because it feels good that there is someone standing up for these slaves, just like how Luffy did at Sabaody. We see the reveal of Karasu's suit fruit, which is insane because it seems like he is making crows out of his suit. He also seems to be a Logia devil fruit user since guns phase right through him. We see Lindbergh blasting the chains off the Celestial Dragon slaves, telling them to escape to the east. Karasu then battles Fujitora and Morley battles Aramaki. Weird that there is no information about Morley's Oshi Oshi no Mi under his name card. Also love that Fujitora was about to send out a meteor, probably because he was tired of the Celestial Dragons complaining all the time. Yellow Betty, the 4th army leader, is not here, which is consistent with the revolutionary people present before the Reverie. Maybe she is in the east of the city helping slaves escape because she is the Revolutionary Army captain of the east. We see the remaining CP9 agents from Ennis Lobby in white clothes, meaning that they were promoted to CP0 agents, again paralleling the Ennis Lobby escape. We then see the best duo in One Piece, Saint Rosward and Saint Charlos with Kuma. We see that Charlos still wants Shirahoshi, and we get a panel of Shirahoshi talking to someone, most likely Rebecca, since Vivi is seen with Lucci. Oh, and you can't forget Hattori. Hattori went up in my books. He can take down the Revolutionary Army easily, but he decides not to. So hard-boiled. Bonnie and Sabo probably meet here, as we see Bonnie chasing after her father, Kuma, to save him. We cut to King Cobra, Chaka, and Pell at the Gorosei's door. The Gorosei only allow King Cobra to enter. It's obviously because they are scared of how strong Pell and Chaka are. King Cobra tells them to not wait for him, but go to Vivi. King Cobra coming in with the future sight observation hockey of knowing when something bad's about to go down. Chaka's and Pell's faces are hidden here, not to reveal their post-time skip appearances. Hey, maybe one of them is the man marked by flames. Okay, I'll stop. I wonder if we will ever find out who is actually the one who killed King Cobra. Or maybe, since we see King Cobra dead first in this chapter and alive the second time later in the chapter, this could be genius Oda writing of Cobra's Devil Fruit Awakening. This is GODA level writing. In honesty, there has been a lot of characters in every chapter since the Egghead break-off that are being introduced and being somewhat fleshed out to be interesting characters that I'm excited for how Oda will combine all of these factions together. Although I sound like a broken record, this was a great chapter, and I would give it a 3 dead cobras and 5 alive cobras out of 10. That's all for this chapter, and let me know what y'all thought about this chapter in the comments. These last few chapters had a lot of world building, and I want to know your thoughts of what might happen next. Thanks for watching. Let Oda cook, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.